Life Philosophies Unleashed.
In the heart of Rome, amidst the marble and the might, lived Lucius Annaeus Seneca, a man whose name would echo through the corridors of history. Not for the battles he waged, but for the battles he chose not to fight. Seneca's life was a tapestry of paradoxes, woven from the threads of power and philosophy, wealth and wisdom, serving as a testament to the Stoic belief that true strength lies in the dominion over oneself, rather than over others. Born into the equestrian class in Corduba, Hispania, Seneca was brought to Rome, where the riches of knowledge far surpassed the allure of gold. Educated in rhetoric and philosophy, the young Seneca was drawn to Stoicism, a school of thought that preached the virtues of wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. Yet, the path to virtuous living was fraught with challenges, as Seneca found himself navigating the treacherous waters of Roman politics. Rising to prominence in a Rome where the whims of power dictated the course of life, Seneca became an advisor to Emperor Nero, a position fraught with both honor and peril. This role placed him at the nexus of power, where he was tasked with guiding a young and impressionable ruler whose descent into despotism would later stain the annals of history. Seneca's influence over Nero was a double-edged sword. It was both an opportunity to impart Stoic virtues upon the ruler and a dangerous dance along the precipices of imperial favoritism. Despite the opulence that surrounded him, Seneca's writings revealed a man in pursuit of something greater than material wealth. His essays and letters are filled with reflections on the nature of life, the pursuit of virtue, and the importance of reason. In these writings, Seneca explored the Stoic ideal of living in accordance with nature, advocating for a life where one's happiness is not contingent upon external circumstances, but is instead rooted in the steadfastness of one's character. Seneca's philosophical musings were not mere theoretical exercises. They were a reflection of his daily struggle to embody the Stoic ideals amidst the decadence and corruption of the imperial court. His wealth and influence, vast though they were, did not shield him from the caprices of fortune. Instead, they served as the backdrop against which he sought to practice the Stoic virtues of moderation and self-control. The complexity of Seneca's life, a Stoic philosopher entrenched in the political machinations of the Roman Empire, highlights the tension between ideal and reality. His position afforded him the means to compose works that would inspire generations, yet it also entangled him in the moral ambiguities of power. This duality is a key aspect of Seneca's legacy, illustrating the challenges of practicing Stoicism, not in isolation, but within the bustling heart of human society. Seneca's contributions to Stoicism cannot be overstated. Through his writings, he expanded the Stoic doctrine, emphasizing the importance of ethical living and the mastery over one's passions. His letters to Lucilius, in particular, offer timeless wisdom on how to navigate the vicissitudes of life, advocating for a mindset that views obstacles not as impediments, but as opportunities for growth and self-improvement. In navigating the complexities of his era, Seneca embodied the Stoic principle that external conditions, whether the allure of wealth or the threat of disfavor, should not dictate one's inner state. His life serves as a powerful illustration of the Stoic belief in the primacy of virtue over fortune, a belief that remains as relevant today as it was in ancient Rome. As we delve deeper into Seneca's life, we are reminded that the pursuit of wisdom and virtue is not a path devoid of obstacles, but rather, it is a journey marked by the constant interplay between ideal and reality. Seneca's story is not just a historical narrative. It is a call to introspection, challenging us to examine our own lives through the lens of Stoic philosophy. It beckons us to question how we, too, can strive for virtue amidst the complexities of our own times, inspiring us to seek tranquility, not in the absence of turmoil, but in the midst of it. The philosophy of Seneca, the Stoic art of living. In the vibrant tapestry of Stoic philosophy, Seneca's thread is woven with a unique blend of pragmatism and profundity, marking him as a pivotal figure whose thoughts traverse the realms of the ethical, the existential, and the practical. His philosophy, deeply rooted in Stoic traditions, yet uniquely his own, offers a guide to navigating the tumultuous seas of life with grace and resilience. Seneca's Stoicism is not an abstract doctrine removed from the daily realities of human existence. It is, instead, a deeply practical philosophy that addresses the core challenges of living. At the heart of his teachings lies the conviction that virtue defined as living in accordance with reason and nature is the sole good. For Seneca, the pursuit of virtue transcends the mere avoidance of vice. It is an active engagement in the crafting of one's character, a deliberate choice to align one's actions with the highest ideals of humanity. Central to Seneca's philosophy is the concept of providentia, or the rational order of the universe. Unlike the Epicureans, who viewed the events of the world as products of chance, Seneca saw in the unfolding of nature a coherent, rational plan. This perspective imbued him with a profound sense of trust in the unfolding of life's events, guiding his acceptance of fortune's ebbs and flows with equanimity. "Fate leads the willing and drags along the reluctant," he wrote, encapsulating the Stoic acceptance of destiny, while emphasizing the power of the will to align with the rational order of the cosmos. Seneca's reflections on the nature of happiness and the role of external goods in human life further elucidate his Stoic principles. He argued that true happiness is found not in the accumulation of wealth or the attainment of status, but in the cultivation of the soul. It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor, Seneca observed, challenging the prevailing notions of prosperity and success. His teachings advocate for a life of simplicity, urging us to measure our wealth not by the things we possess, but by the things we can do without. The Stoic practice of premeditatio malorum, or the premeditation of evils, is another cornerstone of Seneca's philosophy. By contemplating the potential adversities that life may bring, we fortify our minds against the shocks of fortune, reducing the sting of suffering through the power of forethought. This practice, however, is not a pessimistic resignation to fate, but a strategic preparation that enables us to face life's challenges with courage and composure. Seneca's letters and essays are replete with guidance on how to endure and even thrive amidst the vicissitudes of life. His advice to Lucilius, his friend and protege, spans the spectrum of human experience, offering wisdom on everything from dealing with grief to the importance of friendship, from the management of anger to the pursuit of leisure. Through these writings, Seneca emerges not just as a philosopher but as a mentor, guiding us through the art of living with a clarity and compassion that transcends the centuries. In examining Seneca's philosophy, we encounter a vision of life that is both challenging and comforting. Seneca does not shy away from the realities of human suffering, nor does he offer false consolations. Instead, he provides us with the tools to build inner strength, to transform adversity into opportunity, and to find in the depths of our own nature the resources to live a life of dignity, purpose, and peace. Seneca's contributions to Stoicism resonate with a timeless truth that the quality of our lives is determined not by the circumstances we encounter, but by the manner in which we respond to them. His teachings invite us to embark on a journey of self-discovery and self-mastery, urging us to cultivate a spirit of resilience, wisdom, and compassion. In the philosophy of Seneca, we find not just a set of doctrines, but a path to freedom, a freedom born of understanding, embracing, and transcending the ephemeral nature of external fortune. The downfall, a Stoic confronts destiny. As the shadows grew longer over the Roman Empire, so too did they cast their pall over Seneca's life. The philosopher, who had navigated the treacherous currents of power with a Stoic's grace, found himself caught in the maelstrom of Nero's descent into tyranny. The emperor, once a student and protege, had turned against his mentor, driven by paranoia and a lust for absolute control. Seneca's fall from grace was not a reflection of his own failings, but a testament to the volatile nature of fortune, a concept he had contemplated and written about extensively. In this period of political intrigue and moral decay, Seneca's Stoic principles were put to the test as never before. His teachings on the fickleness of fortune and the impermanence of worldly status became not just philosophical musings, but lived experiences. The man who had advised others on how to face adversity with equanimity now found himself living through his own lessons, embodying the Stoic ideal of tranquility amidst chaos. Seneca's downfall serves as a crucial chapter in the Stoics' journey, illustrating the inevitable clash between philosophical ideals and the harsh realities of political life. It highlights the fragility of human endeavors and the strength required to maintain one's principles in the face of external pressures. Seneca, aware of the dangers that lay ahead, remained committed to his Stoic beliefs, prepared to face whatever fate had in store with dignity and courage. This period of Seneca's life underscores a central tenet of Stoicism, that we should concern ourselves only with what is within our control, accepting the rest as it comes. Seneca's response to his impending downfall was not one of despair or futile resistance, but of a composed acceptance of his fate. He knew that while he could not control the actions of Nero or the whims of fortune, he could control his response, choosing to face his destiny with the same Stoic resolve that had guided his life. As Seneca's story unfolds, we are reminded of the transient nature of power and the enduring value of virtue. The downfall of a Stoic in the face of tyranny is not a tale of defeat, but a powerful narrative of moral triumph. It challenges us to consider our own responses to the trials and tribulations of life, encouraging us to stand firm in our convictions, even when the world seems to turn against us. In the end, Seneca's downfall is not just a historical event, but a philosophical lesson, a part of the Stoic curriculum on how to live and die with integrity. It serves as a stark reminder that the true measure of a life is not found in its external successes, but in the quality of its character and the resilience of its spirit. Seneca's response, the Stoics' final act. As the decree for his suicide reached him, Seneca was confronted with the ultimate test of his Stoic beliefs. In this moment, the philosopher's life became his final and most enduring lesson. Seneca's response to Nero's command was marked by a profound acceptance and an unwavering commitment to the principles he had espoused throughout his life. He did not beg for mercy, nor did he rail against the injustice of his fate. Instead, he met his end with a serenity that astonished those around him, embodying the Stoic ideal of facing death with equanimity. Seneca's last moments were a testament to the power of philosophy to transform the human spirit. He gathered his friends and family, offering them not tears or laments, but words of consolation and hope. He spoke of the inevitability of death and the importance of meeting it with courage. Seneca's ability to remain composed, to philosophize on the nature of life and death, even as his own life was ebbing away, illustrates the Stoic conviction that it is not death that is to be feared, but living in a manner contrary to our principles. In the act of opening his veins, Seneca demonstrated that while we may not have control over our circumstances, we retain the power to choose our response. His death was not a surrender, but a final assertion of control over his destiny, a declaration that his spirit remained unconquered by external forces. Seneca's suicide, carried out with such dignity and purpose, challenges us to consider the depth of our own convictions and the lengths to which we are prepared to go in defense of our values. The legacy of Seneca, Stoicism for the ages. Seneca's death marked the end of his earthly journey, but the beginning of his eternal legacy. Through his writings and the example of his life and death, Seneca has continued to speak to generations, offering guidance on how to navigate the complexities of human existence with grace and resilience. His legacy is not confined to the annals of philosophy, but lives on in the hearts and minds of those who seek wisdom in the face of adversity. Seneca's teachings on virtue, happiness, and the nature of life offer a beacon of light in times of darkness. His belief in the power of the individual to rise above fortune, to find peace amidst turmoil, resonates with a timeless relevance. The Stoic principles embodied by Seneca's self-control, courage, justice, and wisdom serve as pillars upon which we can build a life of meaning and fulfillment. The legacy of Seneca challenges us to look within, to question the sources of our discontent, and to seek tranquility not in the external world, but in the sanctum of our own minds. It invites us to embrace the Stoic practice of reflecting on our mortality, not as a morbid obsession, but as a motivation to live fully and virtuously in the present. In the contemporary world, where uncertainty and change are the only constants, Seneca's philosophy offers a compass by which to navigate our lives. His writings remind us that while we cannot control the winds of fortune, we can adjust our sails, steering our course with reason and virtue. Seneca's story is a call to action, urging us to live not as passive observers, but as active participants in the quest for a meaningful life. It is a reminder that philosophy is not merely a subject to be studied, but a way of life to be lived. Through his life, Seneca has shown us that it is possible to face the greatest challenges with dignity and to leave behind a legacy that transcends the boundaries of time and space. Application of Stoic principles in modern life. In a world that often seems governed by chaos and uncertainty, the Stoic philosophy that Seneca so eloquently espoused provides a beacon of clarity and strength. His life and teachings, rich with insights into the human condition, offer practical guidance for navigating the complexities of modern existence with grace and resilience. Here, we explore how the core Stoic virtues wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance can inform and transform our daily lives. Embracing wisdom in decision-making. Seneca's emphasis on living in accordance with reason and nature encourages us to approach our decisions with thoughtfulness and discernment. In an age overwhelmed by information and distractions, applying Stoic wisdom means pausing to consider the long-term consequences of our actions, seeking knowledge that enriches our understanding, and aligning our choices with our core values. This approach fosters a life of purpose and meaning, mitigating the regret that often accompanies rash or misaligned decisions. Cultivating courage in the face of adversity. The Stoic principle of courage is not about the absence of fear, but about confronting and overcoming the obstacles that stand in the way of living virtuously. In contemporary contexts, this might mean standing up for what is right, even when it is unpopular or difficult, pursuing our goals in the face of failure or criticism, or simply accepting the inevitability of change and loss with a resilient spirit. Seneca's calm acceptance of his fate reminds us that true courage lies in facing life's challenges with a steady heart and an unwavering commitment to our principles. Practicing justice in our relationships. Stoicism teaches that justice involves treating others with fairness, empathy, and respect, recognizing the inherent value of each individual. In our interconnected world, this Stoic virtue calls us to act with integrity and kindness, to listen with the intent to understand, and to contribute positively to our communities. By embodying Stoic justice, we can build more meaningful relationships and work towards a society that honors the dignity and worth of all its members. exercising temperance in desires and emotions. The Stoic virtue of temperance or self-control is especially relevant in an era characterized by excess and instant gratification. Seneca's writings encourage moderation in all things, advising us to master our desires and emotions rather than being enslaved by them. Practicing temperance means finding balance in our consumption, our work, our pleasures, and even our use of technology, ensuring that we live not in service to our impulses, but in pursuit of a more fulfilling and virtuous life. Seneca's legacy, a call to Stoic living. Seneca's life story, from his philosophical explorations to his dignified end, serves as a profound call to Stoic living. It challenges us to examine our lives through the lens of Stoic virtues, to embrace the inevitable trials with strength and grace, and to strive for a life that is not just endured but deeply and purposefully lived. In the modern quest for happiness and meaning, Seneca's teachings remind us that the richest life is one rooted in virtue, where success is measured not by our external achievements, but by the quality of our character and our contributions to the world around us. As we navigate the complexities of the 21st century, let us carry forward the legacy of Seneca, applying the timeless wisdom of Stoicism to cultivate lives of resilience, virtue, and profound fulfillment, implementing Stoic practices in daily life. Reflection and mindfulness. Seneca's practice of daily reflection, as encapsulated in his evening reviews of his actions and motivations, provides a powerful template for modern mindfulness. By taking time each day to reflect on our thoughts, words, and deeds, we can cultivate self-awareness and intentionality in our actions. This Stoic exercise encourages us to acknowledge our imperfections, celebrate our progress, and set intentions for living more virtuously in the days ahead, facing challenges with equanimity. The Stoic approach to adversity, emphasizing the distinction between what is within our control and what is not, offers a blueprint for facing modern challenges with equanimity. By focusing our energy and efforts on our responses to situations rather than the situations themselves, we can maintain inner peace amidst external chaos. This Stoic resilience empowers us to confront personal, professional, and global challenges with a composed and constructive attitude, cultivating empathy and community engagement. Justice and community were central to Stoic ethics, principles that call us to engage empathetically and constructively with our communities. In an era marked by division and isolation, Stoicism reminds us of the importance of connection, compassion, and active participation in the common good. Volunteering, advocating for justice, and practicing kindness in our daily interactions are modern expressions of Stoic commitment to the welfare of others. Sustainable and ethical living. The Stoic virtue of temperance, advocating moderation and self-restraint, resonates with contemporary movements towards sustainable and ethical living. By choosing simplicity over excess and prioritizing long-term well-being over short-term gratification, we can address the environmental and social challenges of our time. Seneca's teachings encourage us to live not just for ourselves, but in harmony with nature and in consideration of future generations. Seneca's Stoicism, a beacon for the future. Seneca, through his life's work and ultimate sacrifice, stands as a beacon, illuminating the path toward a life of purpose, integrity, and fulfillment. His embodiment of Stoic virtues in the face of life's vicissitudes offers a timeless model for personal development and ethical engagement with the world. As we look to the future, the principles of Stoicism, as exemplified by Seneca, provide not just philosophical insights, but practical guidance for navigating the complexities of modern life. In an age seeking direction amid uncertainty and longing for meaning amidst materialism, Stoicism offers a way forward, championing a life of virtue, resilience, and compassion. The legacy of Seneca and the broader Stoic tradition invite us to consider how we, as individuals and communities, can live more thoughtfully, act more justly, and respond to life's challenges with courage and grace. By integrating Stoic practices into our daily lives, we not only honor this ancient wisdom, but also contribute to a world that reflects the Stoic ideals of harmony, virtue, and the common good. In concluding our exploration of Seneca's life, teachings, and legacy, we are left with a powerful narrative of Stoicism in action. Seneca's story is not just a historical account. It is a living philosophy that continues to inspire and guide us. As we reflect on the lessons of his life, we are encouraged to embrace the Stoic virtues, to confront our challenges with courage, and to live our lives with purpose and integrity. Seneca's legacy is a testament to the enduring power of Stoic philosophy to provide a foundation for living wisely and well, no matter the circumstances we face.